Hi guys, NCWQ here. As always, good morning, and I hope y'all are doing well. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share the video out as it helps me with getting more views. Okay, without much ado, let's get into this. This is our world events as of 12:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it would be afternoon here and morning on the West Coast. Okay, we're going to start with only doing 4.0 and greater earthquakes, and then I will go across the United States as to what has happened here in the United States. Our first earthquake is going to be a 4.6 in Vanuatu. And it was 10 of kilometers deep, and this is the area where it happened, near Portville. And you can also see that there are volcanoes on this island. This is Fatmalapa. I think that's the right way to say it. That is a stratovolcano. The next earthquake was a 4.8 in Seram, Indonesia. And this is happening near Haruku Island. This is Haruku here. This earthquake was 136 kilometers in depth. Our next earthquake was a 4.0 near north coast of Papua, Indonesia. This one was 10 kilometers in depth. You can tell that there were two 4s here. And there was also a 2.9. The other earthquake was a 4.1. And we'll look at that one in a little bit. And this is happening near I believe, this is a convergent line. Sorry, I'm not going to pronounce this name here, but this is Depapri. So our next earthquake was a 4.6, Izu Islands, Japan region. This one was 118 kilometers in depth. And this is happening near the seamounts. You can see all the seamounts are over this way. And I'm sure that there are some more over here that are not named and not looked at. As you can see underwater. Excuse that. The next earthquake was a 4.3 Panama, Colombia border region. This one was 10 kilometers in depth. And this is the border region here, as you can tell with the black line. And this is the Darien National Park. And then the Parque Nacional Natura Los Quietos, however that's pronounced. So this is the national park region here. The next earthquake was a 4.8 south of Java, Indonesia. You can tell this is kind of on the slant here. This one was 72 kilometers in depth. And it's near Semeru volcano. You can see Semeru is here. I'm just placing it as the closest volcano. And that is a stratovolcano. The next earthquake was a 4.6 southeastern Alaska. And that's near Basalt Lab. Now, Basalt Knob is a cone. So let's go see. It's a cone volcano. Don't know if I can get a good view of this. May not be able to. Anyway, that's a cone or a cinder cone. Anyways, this earthquake was occurring here. This is the convergent line. This is the transform line. This is Mount Edgecombe or volcano, which is a volcanic field. The next earthquake was a 4.5. Mentawai region, Indonesia, and it was 19 kilometers in depth. The closest volcano to that one is Talang, and this one is a stratovolcano, and it happened near Seberut Island. The next earthquake was a 4.2, Guerrero, Mexico. You can see that they've had a lot of activity down here in Mexico so far. Also another 4 over here. And it does appear that there is a town over here and a town here as well. So you can see that they do have towns here near where that earthquake occurred. The next earthquake was a 4.0, Herrera, Mexico. We can see that's the second one that I was just showing y'all a few minutes ago. Now I am doing these in order, so these are as in order as they occurred today. This is the area where this 4 occurred, and you can tell that it is quite mountainous here. Whoa! Okay, so let's back out a little bit. You can tell that it is mountainous. The next earthquake was a 4.9 north of Svalbard. And it was 10 kilometers in depth, or 10F, which means that they didn't get the exact depth of the earthquake, and that is near Greenland. So Greenland is here. It's kind of close to Greenland. And I recall there was one just recently in Greenland. The next earthquake is a 4.4, Hokkaido, Japan region. This earthquake was 10 kilometers in depth. And if you notice, I've noticed something. Right here in the middle of the Japan region, there's like a clump of volcanoes. So this is occurring here. This 4.4 is occurring in an area where it appears that there is houses, and it's also a national park, children's world. So let's hope people are okay over here. The next earthquake is a 4.0, Peru-Ecuador border region. This one was 28 kilometers in depth. This is near Makara, sorry. And it does appear that there is a town over here as well. The next earthquake is a 4.9 Samoa Islands region. This one was 10 F kilometers deep, which means they didn't get an exact depth for it. And you can also see that there is a line of volcanoes here as well. And this is near the convergent line. The next earthquake is a 4.9 southeastern East Pacific rise. Southern East Pacific rise. This one also is 10 F kilometers deep, which means they did not get the exact depth. And this is the transform line here. The next one is a 4.1 near the north coast of Papua, Indonesia. This one was 12 kilometers deep. And you can see this is the second one. I was talking about the first one a little bit ago. This is the second one. The next earthquake was a 4.3 Acre, Brazil. This one is further in, and I just noticed this earlier when I was doing putting the earthquakes. This is in the state of Acre. Not used to seeing them that far inland. And it's just like the other day when I was doing the earthquakes and looking at them, when I had seen that there was one over here. There was also one over here. So to me it's a little bit different, but might be something we'll be seeing more of. This earthquake was 636 kilometers deep. That is very deep. Hopefully that doesn't mean we're going to be looking at a bigger earthquake here soon. Probably around a 5. But we do have 2 4s here, so we could be looking at something bigger. The next earthquake was a 4.4 offshore Biobello, Chile. And this is offshore here. And that's our convergent line here. And this one was 10 F kilometers deep, which means they didn't have the direct amount of depth for this earthquake. The next earthquake was a 4.0 Sulawesi, Indonesia. This one was also 10 kilometers deep. This was near the Melas Island. Very interesting. Looks volcanic, but don't know. This is happening at the end of the transform line. The next earthquake was a 4.7 Kyushu, Japan. This one was 46 kilometers in depth. And this is near Yakushima Island. Yakushima Island. And this is Tanegashima Island here. The next earthquake was a 4.3 eastern Kazakhstan. This one was 10 F kilometers deep, which means they don't know the exact depth. far as I can tell, there is a road through here. And if I'm correct, this is a somewhat hilly area, which is the case. The next earthquake was a 4.2 Rat Islands, Aleutian Islands region. This one was 44 kilometers in depth. And this was Amchitka Island. The next earthquake was a 4.6 Flores region, Indonesia. And it was 60 kilometers deep. There was another earthquake here today that was a 2.7. This is the Komodo National Park over here. And this is East Nusa Tenggara here. We'll see, this area is hilly. You can tell, whoops, that it is. The next earthquake is a 4.4, northern Peru. This one was 139 kilometers in depth. And I don't see much of any houses around here, or towns or anything. Not the greatest views here. The next earthquake is, wait, let's look at something real quick. Oops. This one was 139, okay. The next one is a 4.1 Banda C. This one was 186 kilometers in depth. This is near Manuk volcano. There's also a smaller, looks like a smaller underwater seamount here. You can tell the two were here. So that's what it looks like, this underwater seamounts. And there may be chains underneath here. And that's the last of the force for today, up until noon. So now we're going to look at the earthquakes that have happened. We're going to look at the earthquakes that have happened here in the United States. And forgive me for 1 second. Okay, I turned my phone off. We're going to start with a 2.0, California. This one was 7 kilometers deep. This one is occurring, and you can tell that it's occurring on the Imperial Fault. It's like right at it. So this one was 7 kilometers in depth. You can also tell that this is a Salton Sea area here. So that would be a normal, I believe, a normal depth for an earthquake. However, I'm not looking at the United States for big earthquakes, so you can tell that this one was only a 2.0. The next earthquake was a 2.6, Northern California. Now these are in order as well. This one was 24 kilometers in depth, and it's not exactly occurring near any fault lines, but the closest fault line to this one is the Honeydew Whale Gulch Bear Harbor Fault Zone. And this is the Humboldt Redwood State Park over here. The next earthquake was a 2.3, Western Texas. And there was actually 2 within the same area. Now you can tell all these lines and stuff are basically oil drilling and wells. I mean, if you get a closer look, you can see that's what they are. Here's one here. And this was a 2.3. And this one was, let me see. Let's see how far the distance is from those. It's about about 1.28 miles. So this one occurred first, and then I'm going to say this one occurred second, which is the second one, the 2.4. So you saw the 2.4 is 5 kilometers deep. The 2.3 was 5 kilometers deep as well. So they're both the same, and I would say, on my opinion, oil welling, drilling does cause earthquakes. The next earthquake was a 2.2, Northern California. This one was 27 kilometers deep. And while not occurring right at the fault, it was occurring near a fault. That fault line is the Fickle Hill Fault. But this is the Headwaters Forest Reserve over here. This earthquake was 27 kilometers in depth. The next earthquake was a 3.3 offshore Northern California. Now, this one was happening at the transform line and near Mendocino fault line. The next one was a 2.3 southern Idaho. Of which there were 2. This one was a 2.3 and it was 7 kilometers deep. You can tell that this area is also hilly. Come right into the hill here. And there's roads through here, so let's hope there was no landslides. Not big enough, but could have been. There is a town right here. Or not town. There is, guess what? There's drilling. There is a mine. How nice. And when you see mines, this is an open mine. When you see mines, you should probably expect to see earthquakes. Next one is a 2.2, Southern California. This one was 12 kilometers in depth. This was occurring down here near the San Jacinto Anza fault line. Not exactly on it, but near it. And there are actually 2 in this area right here. I misdid it. The next one is a 2.2 Southern California, and that is the same area as the other one that occurred, and it's 13 kilometers deep. So this 2.2 was 12, and this one was 13, and they were happening at the same area. The next one was a 2.9 Southern Idaho. Could be grain. I don't know. No speculation. Anyway, this one was 5 kilometers deep. Okay, you guys, so anyway, that's the update for now. I hope y'all enjoyed. Guess what I just found? Interesting. Now you can see that they're doing mining over here. So that could be the cause for those earthquakes that you're seeing that are occurring here in Idaho. Let's see. Okay, anyway, hope y'all are doing well. Please give me a like, share, subscribe, check below my video for links, join a group. We have lots of groups that you can join and talk with like-minded people about earthquakes, news, weather, and also if you'd like to support this channel, I do provide a PayPal link. I'm still working on getting my car paid off, or car work paid off. Anyways, you guys, much love and God bless.